Imagine a group of skilled hikers venturing into the vast, unforgiving wilderness, never to be seen alive again. They were experienced, prepared for the harsh conditions, yet something went terribly wrong. Their tents ripped open from the inside, their bodies scattered across the frozen landscape, bearing strange, unexplained injuries. The scene was chaotic, as if they had fled from an unseen terror, or a family brutally murdered in their own home, their killer remaining in their midst, hidden in plain sight for days. The tranquility of their rural life shattered by an unimaginable horror. These are not scenes from a horror film, but real-life mysteries that have baffled investigators for decades. Despite extensive investigations, the truth remains elusive. Cases where the pieces of the puzzle refuse to fit, leaving us with more questions than answers. Each clue only deepens the mystery, making the truth seem even more distant. Cases that chill us to the bone, yet draw us in with their enduring enigma. The more we learn, the less we understand, and the more we are compelled to uncover the truth. In this exploration into the heart of the unknown, we delve into two such mysteries, each a chilling testament to the darkness that can lurk in the shadows. Each a story that continues to haunt our collective imagination. These tales are not just about the unknown, but about our relentless pursuit of answers. Imagine a group of skilled hikers mysteriously found dead in the snow. Their journey, meant to be an adventure, turned into a nightmare that still puzzles us today, or a family brutally killed while their murderer lived in their home for days. The sense of safety within their own walls, cruelly violated. These are real-life cases that remain unsolved. They remind us of the fragility of life and the mysteries that still lie beyond our understanding. The Ural Mountains of Russia, a place of stark beauty and unforgiving nature. These mountains, with their rugged terrain and harsh weather, have long been a challenge for even the most seasoned adventurers. In February of 1959, that a group of 9 experienced hikers embarked on a challenging expedition, led by the ambitious Igor Dyatlov. These were not mere amateurs, they were students and graduates of the Ural Polytechnical Institute, well-versed in the art of survival in extreme conditions. Their destination, Mount Otterton, known to the indigenous Mansi people as Don't Go There Mountain. The name alone carried an ominous warning, a foreboding that would soon become all too real, a name that would prove tragically prophetic. The mountain's reputation was not just folklore, it was a testament to the perilous nature of the region. The hikers, young and full of life, documented their journey with cameras and diaries, their excitement palpable in the images captured on film. They meticulously recorded their experiences, unaware that these would be their final entries. We see them laughing, skiing through the snow-laden forests, their spirits high despite the challenging conditions. Their camaraderie and joy are evident, a stark contrast to the fate that awaited them. But somewhere along the way, something went terribly wrong. The cheerful images give way to an eerie silence, a prelude to the horror that would soon unfold. When the hikers failed to return as scheduled, a search party was dispatched. Friends, family, and fellow students grew increasingly anxious, their worst fears soon to be confirmed. What they discovered on the slopes of a nearby mountain, now known as Dyatlov Pass, was a scene of unimaginable horror. The serene landscape had become a graveyard, the snow concealing a dark secret. The hiker's tent was found abandoned, sliced open from the inside, as if in a desperate attempt to escape. This bizarre detail was just the beginning of a series of perplexing discoveries. Footprints in the snow indicated that some had fled barefoot, their belongings left behind. The sheer panic that must have driven them to such extremes is hard to fathom. The bodies, recovered over the following weeks, only deepened the mystery. Each discovery raised more questions than answers, painting a picture of chaos and fear. Some were found miles from the tent, scantily clad despite the sub-zero temperatures. Their state of undress suggested a phenomenon known as paradoxical undressing, a desperate and irrational response. Others bore horrific injuries, crushed ribs, fractured skulls, one victim even missing their tongue. These injuries were so severe that they were likened to those sustained in a car crash, yet there were no external wounds to explain them. Strangely, despite the severity of the injuries, there were no signs of a struggle. The snow around them remained undisturbed, adding another layer of enigma to the case. Theories abound, each more outlandish than the last. From natural disasters to supernatural forces, the explanations are as varied as they are speculative. Some whisper of an attack by the indigenous Mansi people, enraged by the hikers' intrusion on sacred ground. However, there is little evidence to support this theory, and the Mansi have always denied any involvement. Others speculate about a military cover-up pointing to strange lights witnessed in the sky around the time of the incident. Could these lights have been secret weapons tests or something even more mysterious? Could it have been an avalanche, a sudden and catastrophic event that caught the hikers off guard? While plausible, this theory doesn't fully explain the bizarre circumstances surrounding their deaths. Or was it something far more sinister, something that defied rational explanation? The lack of concrete evidence leaves room for endless speculation. Adding to the enigma, some of the hikers' clothing was found to be radioactive. This puzzling detail has fueled theories of secret government experiments or extraterrestrial encounters. The official investigation, conducted at the height of the Cold War, concluded that a compelling natural force was responsible for the deaths. Yet this vague explanation did little to satisfy those seeking the truth. But this explanation did little to quell the speculation, and the Dyatlov Pass Incident remains one of the most enduring mysteries of the 20th century. The lack of definitive answers continues to haunt those who seek to understand what really happened. The diaries and photographs left behind offer a poignant glimpse into the lives cut tragically short. They serve as a testament to the hikers' bravery and the human spirit's quest for adventure. We see their faces, young and full of hope, forever frozen in time, their final moments lost to the unforgiving wilderness. Their legacy, the thin line between life and death in the wild. The Dyatlov Pass incident serves as a chilling reminder of the power of the unknown and the fragility of human life in the face of the forces that shape our world. It is a story that continues to captivate and terrify, a mystery that may never be fully solved. From the desolate peaks of the Ural Mountains, we journey to the quiet Bavarian countryside, to a small farmstead named Hinterkaifeck, where a different kind of horror unfolded. It was here in 1922 that 6 people were brutally murdered, their killer remaining undetected despite an extensive investigation. The victims, Andreas Gruber, the patriarch of the family, his wife Kazilia, their widowed daughter Victoria Gabriel, and her 2 young children, Kazilia and Josef. Adding to the tragedy, the family's maid, Maria Baumgartner, had just begun her first day of work when she too met a grim fate. The gruesome discovery was made by a concerned neighbor who noticed that no one had been tending to the farm for several days. Upon entering the barn, he stumbled upon a horrifying sight: the bodies of 4 members of the Gruber family, brutally slain with a pickaxe, their bodies concealed in the hay. A search of the house revealed the bodies of young Joseph and the maid Maria, also murdered in their beds. What makes the Hinterkaifeck murders so chilling is the evidence that suggests the killer remained on the property for days after the murders. Someone continued to feed the livestock, eat the family's food, and even wind the clock in the living room. It was as if the killer was taunting the authorities, comfortable and undisturbed in their macabre domain. Theories surrounding the murders are as numerous as they are unsettling. Suspicion initially fell on Carl Gabriel, Victoria's estranged husband, who was believed to have died in World War I. However, it was later confirmed that Carl had indeed perished in the war, eliminating him as a suspect. Others pointed to Lorenz Schlittenbauer, a neighbor who had fathered Victoria's illegitimate son, Josef. Schlittenbauer had been known to boast about his knowledge of a hidden cache of valuables at Hinterkaifeck, fueling speculation that robbery might have been a motive. Despite numerous suspects and a thorough investigation, the case went cold. The killer, like a phantom, vanished without a trace, leaving behind a legacy of fear and unanswered questions. The Hinterkaifeck murders serve as a stark reminder that even in the most idyllic of settings, darkness can lurk, and evil can strike when least expected. The farmhouse, a silent witness to the horrors that unfolded within its walls, was eventually demolished, but the legend of Hinterkaifeck lives on. It stands as a chilling testament to the enduring power of mystery and the unsettling reality that some crimes may forever remain unsolved. The Hinterkaifeck murders have fascinated and horrified people for decades, inspiring numerous books, documentaries, and even fictional adaptations. The case remains one of Germany's most infamous unsolved crimes, a dark chapter in the country's history. Theories continue to emerge, with amateur sleuths and professional investigators alike attempting to piece together the puzzle. Some suggest that the killer might have been a transient worker or a vagrant, someone who could easily blend into the rural landscape and disappear without a trace. Others believe that the murders were the result of a deep-seated family feud or a crime of passion, driven by jealousy or revenge. The lack of concrete evidence and the passage of time have only added to the mystery, making it unlikely that the true identity of the killer will ever be known. Yet the story of Hinterkaifeck endures, a haunting reminder of the fragility of life and the ever-present potential for violence, even in the most serene and picturesque of settings. As we reflect on this chilling tale, we are reminded of the importance of vigilance and the need to seek justice, no matter how elusive it may be. The Dyatlov Pass Incident and the Hinterkaifeck Murders, two mysteries separated by time and geography, yet united by their enduring power to captivate and disturb. Despite decades of investigation, these cases still send chills down the spine, reminding us that there are some secrets the universe may never reveal. Were these tragedies the result of human malice, or did something more sinister, something beyond our comprehension, play a role? The evidence remains inconclusive, leaving us to grapple with the unsettling possibilities. What do you think happened?